This movie start with, more than 30 years after his time at Top Gun, Skipper Pete Nonconformist Mitchell is filling in as a U.S. Naval Force aircraft tester, as back Chief Naval Officer Chester Mallet Kane ways to deal with shut down the hypersonic Dark Star scramjet program and divert the assets to Ramble programs. Nonconformist flies the model to its speed level headed, then drives further into high hypersonic speed, obliterating it. Kane needs to ground Freethinker for his carelessness, however rather sends him to Nas North Island, as a Top Gun teacher compelled of Dissident's companion and previous opponent, Chief of Naval Operations Tom Iceman Kazansky, the Commandant of the U.S. Pacific Armada. Dissident is requested to prepare a tip-top gathering of F-18EF Super Hornet pilots collected by Bad Habit Chief of Naval Operations Lover Twister Simpson and back Chief of Naval Operations Solomon Warlock Bates for a dire mission to bomb a far-off country's unsanctioned uranium enhancement plant. The plant sits in a profound misery toward the finish of a ravine and is guarded by surface-to-air rockets and 5th Age Su-57 warriors working from a close-by airbase. Nonconformist plans an assault with 2 sets of Super Hornets, which will fly through a gorge and obliterate the plant. The pilots at first repel Freethinkers, especially Lieutenant Jake Executioner Saracen and Lieutenant Bradley Chicken Bradshaw, the child of Nonconformist's late dearest companion and Rio Scratch Goose Bradshaw. As the pilots train for the mission, grinding creates between Executioner and Chicken, who loathes Executioner's carefree disposition towards his partners, while Executioner censures Chicken's mindfulness. As the pilots notice Freethinker, they rethink and blend around him. Freethinker additionally reunites with previous sweetheart Penny Benjamin, to whom he uncovers that Chicken's currently dead mother made him vow to hold her child back from flying, and hindered Chicken's application to the Maritime Foundation, impairing his vocation. Freethinker later meets with Iceman, who has throat malignant growth and basically conveys by composing on a PC. Consoling Dissident about showing the group, he spends away days after the fact, and Freethinker alongside the pilots go to his memorial service where a missing man development is noticed. With Iceman dead, Twister eliminates nonconformists as mission mentors and sets new boundaries that are safer on approach but less secure on exit. Notwithstanding, Dissident makes an unapproved trip of the reproduced course with the first boundaries, demonstrating that it very well may be finished. Freethinker picks the mission group and coordinates himself with Phoenix and her WSO Sway, while Chicken is matched with Compensation and his WSO Fanboy. The Executioner and the leftover pilots are placed on reserve. The group dispatches from the plane-carrying warship USS Theodore Roosevelt while the directed rocket cruiser USS Leyte Inlet fires Hatchet Journey rockets to obliterate the air base close to the plant. The group arrives at the plant and obliterates it, yet is gone after by surface-to-air rockets and a couple of watching Su-57 criminals. At the point when Chicken runs out of countermeasures, the Freethinker forfeits his fly to safeguard him and discharges him. Trusting nonconformists to be killed in real life, the leftover airplane returned to the transporter. Against orders, Chicken turns around and saves Dissident from a Mi-24 helicopter gunship, however, is fired somewhere around another surface-to-air rocket and launches close by. The two rejoin and head towards the obliterated airbase, where they take an F-14 Tomcat and go to the transporter. Nonconformist and Chicken kill 2 catching Su-57s, however, a third shows up as they run out of ammo and countermeasures. Executioner shows up from reserve to kill the Su-57, and the planes return to applaud the transporter, where Dissident and Chicken accommodate. Sometime after the mission, Nonconformist and Chicken work together on a P-51 horse at storage close to the test office where Freethinker was recently positioned. Penny shows up with her little girl Amelia, and Nonconformist has a good time with her in the P-51. Chicken strolls to a photo board and recognizes a photograph of their central goal's prosperity, close by a photograph of his late dad and a more youthful nonconformist.